Distorted vertical lines in your photographs are sometimes hard to look at. Now, Lightroom Classic has a tool that makes fixing those lines pretty easy. Today, I'll show you how to use the transform tools inside of Lightroom Classic. Hi, I'm Terry Vanderheiden, professional photographer. Now, if you've ever shot landscape images with a wide-angle lens, a lot of times you'll see trees on the edges of your composition kind of distorted and converging in the image. This distracting effect is also quite apparent in architecture photography. Walls of an interior converge, or the edges of a building are kind of going up at an angle. To fix this, you have a couple of choices. One way is to go out and buy a tilt shift lens. It costs $2,000 to $3,000, is typically manual focus, and takes a bit to understand how to work it. Or you can bring your distorted images inside of Lightroom Classic and fix them after you shoot. Now, I'm not suggesting that there's no place for a tilt shift lens in your camera bag. It's not going to be a lens that you use all that often unless you specialize in real estate photography. So it's a little hard to justify the expense and the extra weight of such a lens. But if that's something you guys are interested in, leave your comments in the comments section that you'd like to see video on how to use a tilt shift lens, because I can put one together for you if I get enough people that are interested in doing that. I try to release a new video every Tuesday morning. And if you'd like to work on the same images that I'm working on in a tutorial, then all you have to do is sign up to my mailing list. A few days before my video goes live, you'll receive a link in an email to download the exact images I'll be working on that week. It's easy to get on my mailing list. Just go to my website, imagelight.com, go to the menu and scroll down and hit subscribe, and then fill out that little form that pops up. Next time I do a video that has images to work on, you'll get them in advance. So let's get into this Lightroom Classic working with the transform tool. So we have an image here that's pretty common when you're using a wide angle lens and shooting up at buildings. So here's how we're going to fix it. First, let's go into the basic panel. And let's do just a little bit of exposure change. The highlights to come down a little bit. And what I like to do in a shot like this is I typically am going to go into masks and mask out the sky, and then I'll take and bring the exposure down. So a little more dramatic. So let's go in and fix the problem at hand, which is the converging lines. So we're going to scroll down, we're going to get to transform, click on transform, and you got lots of different options that you can work with here. I'm going to show you what they all are and how useful they may or may not be. So if you first thing you do is you go to auto and you click auto, you're going to let Lightroom do it, and it kind of stretches things quite a bit. While it does straighten up the lines, it's a little stretch, so it doesn't always work. And the next one down is level, and what level does is that's actually for your horizontal lines. You can see what it did here. It pulled up just a little bit to the side. That doesn't work at all, and we'll turn that off, and we go to vertical and take a look, see what it did there. That's super extreme. Dramatic, but super extreme and probably not very useful. And full is a combination of all those, and of course it does a kind of a wild look that's not very useful. The one that I go to, that I lean towards most of the time, is guided. And what guided does is it gives you, it asks you to put in a couple of vertical lines. So you have this crosshair, and then you have this little magnifying glass. So we can come to this edge of this building here. We can see that the crosshair is pretty much on the edge. And then as you start to drag the mouse, a line appears, and that just gives you one line. And then you end up, when you let off the mouse, it gives you those 2 points, and that's the line that it's giving you. Now, what Lightroom asks you to do is to give it two parallel lines, two lines that you want to make sure are parallel. That way it will know this is the parameters that we're working in. So we have to put in another line. So the way to do that is you come over, find another spot. Now you can do this along here, any other parallel line you want. Let's just use right in here. We'll go right into this edge. And again, we're looking at the magnifier to get to where we want. Click and then drag. We still have the mouse clicked, and we bring it down to the bottom here. And then when we're satisfied where we want it, we just let go. When we let go, all the magic happens. Let's let go. There. It ends up refixing this, right? So it made sure that this parallel line was parallel with this one. So these two lines are the ones that you told Lightroom to be parallel. As we look down, we can see this building is pretty straight all the way down here. This is straight. It's a little stretched. So what happens is when you're working with this, a lot of times you say, okay, that looks great, but it is kind of extreme and people might notice it as being extreme. But a couple of things are happening here. One is you see these areas here where the checkerboards are. That's area that Lightroom had to just say, look, we can't do anything about that. That's going to be part of the part of your problem that you'll have to fix. And the way you're going to fix that is with the cropping tool. But before we go in and fix that, I like to come down here. We've got lines that we can work individually here and work with the images as we go. So let's go ahead and turn this off for a quick second. We're going to go back to where we started. And vertical allows you to just vertically change things. So this is a little more gradual. It is takes a little more time, but you got to find the happy medium where, yes, you want it straight, but you also want it to be realistic looking. So you can make these sliders any way you want. You can move the sliders around and get a different look depending on what angle you're going for. Rotate's pretty simple. It obviously rotates. So if you've got a horizontal horizon line that needs to be rotated, this is the slider that you're going to use. Aspect is the one that I think works pretty well. So you can actually kind of pull things back a little bit off of something that you've changed, and it'll kind of just tweak it just a little bit to make it look a little more realistic. And scale kind of works like the crop tool. As we use the scale, see it goes farther, or we can get in to just cover and clear out all of those little areas on the side. So if you're not using guided, use these lines here that'll allow you to actually constrain this. You can also always go into crop and crop however it is you want. But one of the things when if you're using a tilt shift lens, you can take care of all these things to begin with. But if you're not using a tilt shift lens, you want to shoot to have extra space around your image so that when you do the tweaking and you do the cropping, you can crop in and still have the image that you want. So if you're shooting a wide angle lens, just move back a little bit, or maybe go to a wider lens if you need to, just to give yourself a little more freedom on how that's going to look. So that's how you use the transform tool on buildings, which is a pretty common way to go. Let me show you another image here that's a little different in terms of how to use the transform tool. So we've got this image here of Yosemite Falls. And the first thing is we've got some people here. So let's go ahead and get rid of the people. We come up here to our remove and we go to distraction removal, and we just click on this little triangle for people. And it's going to start looking for people in this image that we're going to take out. So there it goes. It masks them all, and then we just hit remove. You've seen me do this before. It's an actually pretty cool tool, especially when you're in a national park where you got a bunch of people milling around and you'd rather not. That takes most all of the people out. We can, if we zoom up close, see there was one person that was left. Well, that's fairly simple. We can come up here to 100%, grab our remove tool. All right, so now we've got our image that we like. Everything looks pretty good. We've removed some of the people. Now what we want to do is these trees are bending over, right? And that looks kind of weird. So let's go in to our transform tool and see if we can't fix that. So we go back in. What we've learned so far is we learned we could use our sliders here, but let's go into guided. And this is where we can just, remember, we can just find that tree. We click and drag and get a line that's going to go across that tree. And what do we want? We want the parallel line to that, right? So the parallel line to that's going to be one of these trees. So let's go ahead and grab this one. And now when we let it go, it's going to make those two lines parallel and the image behind it parallel. All right, so this is our image that we have here. So let's go ahead and do a quick crop to this. And what I'll do when doing a crop, a lot of times this will default to original. So I'm just going to make this custom. Unlock this and make this custom so I can drag this up a little taller. And I want the width, the height to be as much as I can get without including any of that little box there. Now let's go into edit this in Photoshop. So we've got our image in here from Lightroom, and so what we're going to do is just go over to the crop tool and drag this out a little bit on this side. And ask Photoshop to fill in the trees. So now what we've done is we brought the tree back in. We've got a little wider shot to work with, and this is a little nicer type of a look. So yes, we did a little bit of AI at the end where we were adding some trees back in that we actually removed, but at least it's all straight and looks a little bit more pleasing than having the lines go in. So when you have a situation like this and you've got converging lines like in your landscapes where the trees are converging, then go ahead and use the transform tool to change that, get it straight. And if you don't have enough space around it, because in this shot, I didn't leave enough space around it. So like we learned in the building shot, we need to back up a little bit to make sure there's more space when we shoot it, so that then when we go into Lightroom, we can control that convergent and not lose that image. But if you happen to have an older image that you didn't plan ahead for that, then you can go into Photoshop and have it rebuild that through generative expand. All right, we'll see you next time.